Hi, welcome to Brain Armor. I bet you're curious about the ESE, Emotional Safety Education Grant. We do have grants for moms that are home educators and for classroom teachers and for a whole entire school-wide and district-wide systems for you. These grants are intended to fully equip your entire school with all the information that they need and the resources that they need in order to succeed. We don't sell you a program and then we're gone. I'm actually walking with you through the entire training and implementation of this program. Or if it's not me, it's a wonderful, well-qualified ambassador that knows the program so that you can enjoy this process. It's overwhelming to do to bring in something new, at least at this magnitude, because we're going to affect every aspect of your school. We want to. We're bringing in a new Renaissance form of education that's built on a methodology that's called neural education, and we're just training children on how to train their own brains. It's an amazing process that will change their lives and the campus culture of your school forever. We have visited with schools that we did this in 35 years ago, and those campuses, once this culture was set up and established as creators and inventors for all of our young entrepreneurs and geniuses, the campus culture doesn't change back. Unless there's something catastrophic, it doesn't need to ever change back. So we want to get you training for every one of your staff, your certified staff and your support staff. And we've got several ways to be able to do that. In addition, we walk with all of your teachers through every one of the steps of doing the program. It's a hybrid of online and emails and blogs. This is a master's level professional development course that is baked into the program so that your staff and your teachers and all of your children, even your parents at home, are learning and incorporating these skills simultaneously. We're teaching everyone at the same time. So it's kind of, for lack of a better example, it's kind of like having a giant family counseling session with the entire community so that we can build common tools. That's what culture is based on. And as these common tools are understood and the power of them and how to integrate them, your students themselves are going to become your best peer mentors and peer leaders. Your older students will take on the role of most of the behavior conformity that will take place with all of the younger students. It's quite a miraculous process. So how do we get these grants? How do we get you trained? How do we get you the discounts on any of the materials that are extra that you might want to have? So let me interject right there. Once we set this up within your school, it can fully be done 100% online. And we have resources that you can print out and download and get to the kids or put up on the computer for them. But there is something still very, very powerful about having tools in your hand, the actual leadership workbooks for the kids. And we'll explain why in all of our training. But to have those books stay with them for life. Kids don't get rid of them. They don't get tossed in the garbage can. And we have additional things that your PTA can bring in. Each one of these are reinforcements. And we've got testimonies of young men and women in their early 20s and mid 20s and 30s that are using these tools and training their own children up. They don't forget them. And so the more layering that we can get to you, the more your children will respond and internalize them. So in addition to all of the training and all the resources we have for you, we also have some heavily, heavily discounted physical resources that we can buddy up with your PTA and get those in addition to your kids. So these are worth about $1,000 a year for if you're an individual classroom teacher or a homeschooling parent. And far more than $10,000 a year for training for your entire school. When I say your entire school, I'm talking kitchen staff, janitors, the parent connections, so your parents have them. We raise up a community within this. So how do we get this grant? Well, I'll tell you, I've done grant writing before. We're not going to do it that way. I don't want you to fill out 20 pages of an application. It's not necessary. We want to give you these resources. We want you to do the program. We want every child to be emotionally safe. And we want every school to have an emotionally safe campus. It is going to save the whole world so much heartache if we can get this to our elementary kiddos. So we're with you. We have a short application that's part of the online process. What we need to do is we need to get on the phone and chat with you. And a phone call doesn't mean you're committing to it. A phone call is a maybe you'll commit to it. But we want to just chat with you and what your biggest issues are on your campus. No two schools are created the same. All of these critical youth issues boil down to the same roots that we tackle, but your school may have issues that weigh more heavily in one area than in another area. So we help to customize these programs for you so that we can better laser target those specific issues. We set you up for before and after testing so you can see exactly what's going on inside the hearts of these kiddos. And you might be shocked. Our greatest indicators have increased in staff themselves, changing from not wanting to be a teacher anymore to can't wait to be in class. So we're going to set you up with all of that and the grant and the resources. And if you need to put together a presentation for your board or for your staff or for your teachers, we'll get you something, just a little bit of a presentation for that as well. But all we need from you is a commitment. What we won't do is we're not going to try this with you. We're changing the DNA, the cultural DNA of your school forever. So it's kind of like braces. You put braces on in that first month, a little bit painful. Everybody's got to get used to the new move. We're changing the teeth around and you got a little bit of the change resistance. So we got to get everybody trained up and in the groove of how this works. And we've got some very fun ways that makes it like camp from the very beginning. In fact, most of our schools have expressed that they could feel the change the minute we walked on campus. So it is very powerful. It's a little bit Disney-esque in that kind of excitement that it generates for your children. But we do need a commitment. And the first year is to get everybody in the new groove. The second year begins to cement it. Each one of these units addresses a separate one of the 7 essential elements that are required for our schools to be emotionally safe. So it's a process. It is a process. You're going to be very pleased with how quickly, incredibly quickly, within weeks or months, you are going to see dramatic changes. But in order to keep those changes, you need to be an ESE certified school. And that's going to take a process of going through each of the units. So we really like you. We want you all to do it. But we are 100% in to help you succeed. And we're just looking to work with those schools that really, really want this and will give us the commitment back. Now, if you're not there, if you're going to try it out, talk to a couple of your teachers. We'll do that. We'll work with you. That's fair. That's kind of like a Costco sampling cart. We'll sample with you because we know that as soon as they do it once, every teacher's going to be knocking on the principal's door saying, I want that. I want that program. I want it. And all of your parents are going to be asking for that teacher to be their homeroom teacher, and that teacher is going to be very happy. And if you are a parent who has homeschooled children and you're putting your children back into school, we can have these programs sponsored for your child's homeroom teacher. So any way that you need this to work, we're going to work with you because we know we can prove the concept for you, and you'll be very, very happy and healthy going forward. So give me a call. We're going to talk about the details. We're going to answer any other questions that you have. You will be assigned that grant. We'll discuss the pricing because it flexes with depending how big or small your school is, if we're doing a class or we're doing a district. So we'll discuss what that is, but you'll be very surprised and pleased. I mean, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. It's probably less than your least expensive software. And ours is going to change lives. It's going to make your life so good. But we do put a price on it. And the price is, the grant is for you to be able to afford it all. So again, we talk to you about all those circumstances because we want you to have it. All right. Look forward to give me a call so we can get you going on this. The sooner you call me, the sooner you can have your questions answered and the sooner you can be an ESE certified school. Oh, and let me just point out, that's no small thing. Being an ESE certified school and you put that stamp up all over your website pages, you're going to have some very, very happy parents who are going to know that you are taking extreme measures, that their children will not only be learning, but they will be socially, emotionally, and mentally healthy and happy within your school district, that you are giving them the tools they need to be able to train their brains to be successful and to thrive. So yeah, we can talk more about that ESE certification as well. Have a great day and call me before the day is over.